Today I'm going to paint. Except I have no plan. If you're new here, my name is Arlise and I'm an artist, and today I'm going to try painting with no plan, no image in my head, just a canvas. So I have this canvas here. I actually have a couple of canvases that I'm not using, so I thought this would be the perfect experiment to use the canvas, paint something. I want to paint, but I have no idea what. Does that make sense? So let's get started. For today's painting, I will be using acrylic paint and of course on a canvas, which is 9 by 12 inches. And I'm going to quickly show you how I set up my wet palettes. It's a great paint storage trick that keeps my paint wet so that I can keep using it, or if I need to take a break and I want to reuse that paint, or if I just want to keep that paint palette for different painting, it's really great. So I'm going to use this container, and you'll see why I need those paper clips later. I have this paper towel that I'm going to fold and wet with the spray bottle, and then put my palette paper on top. I think you can use wax paper as well. And then sometimes the paper curls a bit when it's wet, so I've been using these little paper clips to clip it down to prevent that. Now that that's ready, it's time to add the paints. Since I don't know what I'm painting today, I'm just going to get a little bit of every color, and I may or may not use every color, but having the option is obviously great. I think I actually did end up using every color, so I'm glad that I did that, and I made sure that I had a lot of white to work with in case I needed to make highlights. One last spray of water and I am ready to paint. And the only thing I knew that I wanted to do was a pink underpainting. When I came into this with no plan, but I knew that I wanted to have a nice underpainting and that the color was going to be pink. So I mixed this pink color that kind of more looks peachy, but it's fine. So I mixed that with water, and I also did the edges. With this rectangular canvas, I had to figure out if I wanted my painting to be either horizontal or vertical, so it took me a little bit to think about that. I did end up liking the horizontal look, so I stuck with it, and then I mixed another pink color that I can use for the sketch. Yes, I could have just painted without a sketch, because that would kind of be part of the no plan part, but I wanted this painting to look at least a little bit good, so I think a sketch was a pretty standard idea for starting a painting. And the only thing that came to mind to me was surprisingly not clovers. If you don't know, I'm obsessed with them, but it was a cat, and not just any cat, but my cat Ming. I have been doodling in this stylized way a lot, so I think that's why it came to me, just kind of subconsciously. And so I sketched with the nice long paintbrush, and the scale was off. And great thing about this all being still wet and pretty diluted, I could just erase it with another wet paintbrush. So I did that, and I rescaled it a bit and just kept sketching. That erasing trick really came in handy several times during this painting, because I didn't really know what I was going with, whatever I was sketching, so having that option to erase a little bit was great. And since I really struggle with backgrounds, I thought I'd just keep it simple, do some kind of framing sort of thing to play with the rectangular shape. And then I added some scalloped edges, which are these like round little edges here, like half circles. And I thought that was still too plain, so I tried maybe something like a checkerboard, kind of like argyle kind of thing in the back, like some kind of, I don't know, two-tone checkerboard diamond thing. I didn't end up going with that because it was a little too, I thought it was just too much with the scalloped edge, and the checkered, I thought that was just kind of clashing a bit, so I didn't end up really going with that. And then I just randomly started mixing green. I thought I was going to kind of do this for the background, but then I was like, well, my cat's eyes are green, so maybe I'll just mix a nice little green color for her eyes. And then I started to mix some cat hair colors. She's like some kind of calico mix, so she's got like browns and oranges, and she's mostly have white hair, so I just kind of filled in the entire area with a light wash of white paint so that I could just paint all the other colors on top of that, so that there weren't any like missing spots underneath the colors. Considering the colors of my cat's hair, I kind of had to figure out what the background color would be like with her colors, like which are just like mostly neutral colors. So I thought purple, but I was not feeling it. I really struggle with mixing purple for some reason. I think I just add too much blue and red and it just looks really dark, and then I mix it with white and it just makes it worse. I gotta remember to use color theory when mixing with purple and with mixing purple, because I always do it wrong. So I kind of left it as it is and then added that dark blue to the scalloped edge, and then she was sleeping at the moment, so I couldn't look at her for a reference, so I just looked at like the hundreds of pictures that I have of her on my phone, and yeah, kind of put the colors in about the right spots. She's like very spotty, and I really like this orange color that I have here. I lost it within my paint palette. It just couldn't get that color back, and this like brown looks really gray, but I fix it eventually, don't worry. I'm just mostly like blocking the colors right now so that I got them in the right spots, and I'll, you know, fix it up later. And yeah, a big part of why I wanted to do this painting challenge myself, was to paint with acrylic paints again, because it's been a really long time, and especially on canvas as well. And I thought it would just be a really fun challenge to just like see what would happen. I came in with no expectations, no ideas, which I hardly ever do. I really will have an idea when I'm painting something or drawing something, because I'm using a canvas, I'm using all this paint, it's going to take a lot of time. I should have some kind of an idea. So this actually turned out pretty well, to my surprise, because I didn't have that expectation of it looking good or looking like this or that. So it was a lot of fun. Also, a little thing about me is that really randomly, and I just get an idea in my head and I have to write it down or execute it as soon as possible. And I recently had this idea to just like do a painting without a plan, and I wrote it down, and I've just been really excited to finally do this. And maybe I'll do it again, or maybe with a different paint or different medium, but I think it's just a really cool challenge to try. And here's about where I figured out that checkered background was not going to work. I was trying to do two different purple colors, you know, the lighter pinky purple with that like other purple color, and then I lightened that up, and it was just too much, and I just didn't really like it. And I had mostly a couple blue colors that I was liking, so I just kind of covered the background with this pastel like sky blue, and I eventually add a bunch of greens to that too. And I gotta say, looking back at this, the greens really helped a lot. Something about her is she really kind of leans towards green things, like our green blankets and pillows, and even some of her toys are green. I know that like cats can only see a couple of colors that we can see, and some of those are green and blue, so green just really pops with her, which is perfect because my partner and I absolutely love the color green too, so she fits right in. Before I continued at all with the background, I needed to fix up the cat part of this painting a lot more, just because I wasn't feeling how it was looking, because it was looking too unfinished, and I just couldn't really visualize it without any of these details, so I fixed up some of the spots and just added some nicer colors on top of those initial colors because they were a little bit dull, and then brightened some areas up, highlighted some areas with some lighter colors and white, and then I finally did some of the details in her face, which in the like stylized drawings that I've been doing is just like big eyes and like kind of like a eyeliner eyelash thing, and just a little X for the mouth. And then it was finally starting to look like how my drawings do, and I was loving that and just having a lot of fun. And then I needed to fill in that scalloped edge more because I just did like a blue wash, so I mixed the nice like navy blue color and did the entire edge. And honestly, I surprised myself because I brought in the clovers for this background here. I wanted to do like some swirly clover stems, and just kind of, I thought I was going to do just one, and then I just needed to, then I thought that like it would be cool if it was kind of like a pattern. I kind of pictured it as like a wallpaper pattern, so I have some upside down and some like spaced out all around behind her, and it ended up looking really cute, and I really liked that idea of the swirly stems. And so that I used that little erasing technique again, because that first one was just too weird looking for me, and I needed to like flip the orientation of where the stem was going, because it kind of just looked like an arm in that first sketch. So I redid that and then did a bunch more in the whole background. I did have a little bit of worry in the back of my mind that this painting wouldn't go so well and I would just have to scrap this whole video idea, but I don't know, something about when I started mixing the paints and I did that underpainting and then that sketch, I was like, oh, this is just coming so naturally to me. I've been painting since high school, and I just turned 25. So I've been painting for a long time. I don't know, it's just kind of something that I could always pick up and just do. It's just one of my favorite like art things to do. One of my favorite mediums is acrylic paint. And even though I've been using lots of other paints lately and not so much acrylic, it is still one of my favorite paints to use. And, you know, one of the paints that I really started using. So it's just kind of like, you know, really a part of me. I did like the dark green outline of the clovers, but I thought it would make it pop more if I just painted the inside of it just like a lighter blue-green color. So I painted all of those in there after doing some details in the eye, for the pupils. And that was the one thing that started to make the painting kind of come together for me. I love the edge, and I love the cat part, obviously, but adding some kind of something different to the background like this just really brought it together and made it look really cool. I mean, I didn't have an idea of what this would look like, so this was a fun surprise. And then I brightened that up even more because it was matching the background a little bit too much, so I just needed to make it more white, so that it'll pop more. Not as much as Ming is popping here in this painting, but enough to have a contrast with the background. and just cleaned up some of the edges a little bit because you could kind of still see that green. So I just used a wet paintbrush again to kind of erase it. Added little tiny stars as like a highlight in the eye. And these are the only stars I add in this whole painting, which is a huge surprise to me. I really surprised myself doing this painting. I not only really liked the style, because this is so different than anything I've ever painted, honestly. I just really do like realistic kind of looking portraits. Or I think the other odd one out is that little goldfish painting I did last year. This one was just so much fun, and this was actually my favorite part, besides painting those clovers and little stars in her eyes, was adding this little bit of like gradient texture throughout the whole background. I had like a bunch of weird colors mixed that I wasn't really using because I was trying to get perfect color for the background. So I had all these like weird greens and like teals and some yellows that I wasn't using. So I just started blending that out all around my finger. So it's kind of like cloudiness, and I just really like it. This was my favorite part, and I really started to fall in love with this painting. It was so fun. I can't wait to like hang this up somewhere if I can find a spot. I just really want to like look at this all the time. I really like it, and I hope you do too. Here's the final painting, and what do you think? I love it. There are some changes that I want to make that I'll probably do later, because I messed up on the eyeliner there. As you can see, one is uneven. I should fix up the background edge a little bit more because it's not as dark as I wanted it to be, but that's the final painting. I really like how unfinished it kind of looks. Like it's not like fully rendered like how I normally paint, where I really go in on all the details and take a lot of time to make it look as realistic as possible. I think the colors are really fun and work really well together with her fur. I did have some restraint of like if I was going to add clovers to this painting, because that's kind of always something that I draw or paint or just add to a page. Yeah, but I think it was a great addition, and I really like the swirliness of them, and the kind of added to like the pattern of what this, I don't know. I kind of pictured this as like a frame, and she's in the frame, and then this is like the background of like a wallpaper pattern kind of thing. I don't know. And I had so much fun adding like the kind of texture at the end. It was just a lot of fun. I encourage you to try this painting challenge. Just like trying to create something without a plan and just kind of see what happens. And for me, this kind of stuff was already like in my head. Like I've been drawing this kind of like cat character a lot lately, and of course, if you know me, I love clovers and just putting clovers everywhere. As you can see, I have so many in my room already. So yeah, try this painting challenge where you just paint without a plan. And yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed watching me paint, or if you painted along with me. And thank you so much for being here. And I hope you have a good day, and I will see you next time. Goodbye, everybody.